see. Morning, everyone. At this time, I'd like to call together to, I guess putting my camera on would help. At this time, I'd like to call the August 18th, 2022 special board meeting of the North County Transit District to order. In order to make a public comment during today's meeting, members of the public who may be viewing this meeting on the district's YouTube page must connect to the meeting using the Zoom link provided on the agenda. Speakers may also register with the board clerk by sending an email to clerk@nctd.org with your name or phone number and the item on which you'd like to speak. Sahil Rodriguez, interim clerk of the board, will you kindly call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. Board Member Rodriguez. Board Alternate Lines.
Here.
Board Member Contreras.
Present.
Board Member McNamara.
Here.
Board Member Desmond. Board Member Quirk. Board Chair Edson.
Yes, here.
Board Member Jenkins. Board Chair Bob Patel.
Here.
That completes my roll call.
Thank you very much. Sahil, will you please provide a safety brief and review evacuation procedures for us?
Sure. In case of an emergency, I will dial 911. In case of an evacuation, please take the stairs. Do not use the elevators. Once cleared of the building, do not re-enter unless cleared to do so by emergency personnel. There are fire extinguishers and first aid kits on each floor of the building. There is a portable defibrillator on the first floor and staff on hand trained on CPR procedures if needed. This concludes my safety brief.
Thank you, Sahil. Have there been any changes to the agenda today?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Sahil, do we have any public speakers today?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Board members, for efficiency's sake, before we move forward with the agenda, I wish to share the following meeting protocols. First, please hold your comments and/or questions until after the agenda item has been presented. Second, when the time comes for board member comments or questions, please use the raise hand function and I'll call on you in the order that hands were raised. At this time, we'll move to agenda item A. Laura Cote, Chief Administrative Officer, will you introduce the lone item on today's agenda?
Madam Chair, I will be presenting on behalf of Ms. Cote.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. This item is asking you to consider the option of holding virtual meetings through your next scheduled board meeting of September 15, 2022, per Assembly Bill 361, or to resume meetings in accordance with the Brown Act beginning tomorrow. As mentioned at the prior board meetings, Governor Newsom signed AB 361 into law in September of 2021, which modified the provisions of the government code related to teleconference public meetings. This bill is in effect until January 1st of 2024 and allows local agencies to hold meetings virtually so long as state or local officials have declared a state of emergency or those same officials continue to impose or recommend measures to promote social distancing. The governor has removed many provisions of the state of emergency thus far, however, has yet to terminate it altogether. The latest statistics to our region are from Thursday, August 11, 2022, which is the last day weekly data has been posted. Positive cases among tests reported is 16.5%, and the average daily case rate is 41.9% per 100,000. Both the positivity percentage and the average daily case rate has decreased week to week over the last 2 weeks. Hospitalizations for COVID-related illness and ICU bed capacity has also decreased over the last 2 weeks by 25% and 28% respectively. The County of San Diego's status has improved to medium, according to the Centers for Disease Control levels of community transmission with data through August 11th. At this time, we have seen a decrease in the trend of positive cases and no NCD location is under an outbreak protocol. However, we are monitoring this closely. By approving this resolution, however, the board will still need to meet in September to reauthorize virtual meetings until the next scheduled meeting of the board on October 20th, since the 30 days will expire on September 15th of 2022. So the recommendation before you is to consider one of the two options on this slide. Number one, adopt resolution number 2216, proclaiming a local emergency, re-ratifying the state of emergency, and reauthorizing remote teleconference meetings of the legislative bodies of the North County Transit District in compliance with AB 361, effective August 19th, 2022 through September 15, 2022. Or option two, resume meetings in accordance with the Brown Act. That concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you very much, Sahil. Do we have any public comments on this item?
We do not, Madam Chair.
Okay, at this time, we're ending the public registration to speak on this item. Does the board have any questions? Seeing no hands raised. And I believe that we have additional board members who have signed on since roll call. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. So let me ask a quick question, and it may be you or it may be Lori that responds to us. You mentioned that we'll need to meet again for a special meeting on September 15th. Okay.
Yeah, prior to that, our 30 days ends on September 15th for the current resolution, and we'll need another special meeting to continue us through October 20th.
Okay.
That resolution will end on October 15th.
Okay, well, I think it's really great positive that case numbers are decreasing and that we've been downgraded, but we're still at medium. If we don't approve the resolution to continue the remote teleconference meetings, would we meet again on September 15th or just go straight to our September board meeting?
It would be in accordance with the Brown Act, which would resume meetings in person on September 15th.
Okay, well, I think in an abundance of caution, considering that kids are going back to school and we have the Memorial or Labor Day weekend, sorry, and I would be inclined to actually go ahead and continue and adopt the resolution, but I'm not sure how my colleagues on the board feel. I see a hand raised by Board Member Contreras.
Yes, Chair Edson, was that a motion that you were making?
I would be happy to make that motion. Is this a second that you're making?
It is a second.
Okay, so
I agree with your comments.
yeah, I think just right now, as we've seen after other big holidays and after school starts, you know, sometimes things get a little more dicey again. And we have an opportunity September 15th then to have a little more knowledge of where we're at. And at that point, we could still have our September meeting live if things are still looking good. So with that and with that second, I make the motion that we adopt resolution number 2215, proclaiming a local emergency, re-ratifying the proclamation of a state of emergency, and reauthorizing remote teleconference meetings, including hybrid meetings of the legislative bodies of the North County Transit District in compliance with Assembly Bill 361, effective, that would be today through September 15th. Is that correct, date-wise, Sahil?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, and so that motion by Edson, second by Contreras. Please call the vote.
Board Chair Bapatel, sorry, Vice Chair Bapatel.
Aye.
Board Member Quirk,
Yes.
Board Alternate Lines,
Yes.
Board Member McNamara,
Yes.
Board Member Rodriguez,
No.
Board Member Desmond, Board Member Jenkins,
Yes.
Board Chair Edson,
Yes.
Board Member Contreras.
Aye.
On the motion of Board Chair Edson, seconded by Board Member Contreras, to adopt resolution number 2216, proclaiming a local emergency, re-ratifying the proclamation of a state of emergency, and reauthorizing remote teleconference meetings, including hybrid meetings of the legislative bodies of the North County Transit District in compliance with Assembly Bill 361, effective August 18, 2022 through September 15, 2022. Motion passes.
Thank you, Sahil, and thank you, everyone. Sahil, I believe that you'll be reaching out to everyone to set a meeting date that's prior to September 15th. Is that correct?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
And our next regularly scheduled meeting will be our September board meeting. And can you please remind me of that date?
The next scheduled meeting is September 15th.
September 15th. Okay, perfect. Well, I look forward to seeing everyone back here in September. I hope you're having a lovely summer break. And this meeting is adjourned.
Did I answer that correctly? Well, is there confusion? The thing, it's just the 5 days between, we're having a meeting on September 15th.